Hey everyone, Hydra Hut here, and this is a graphic novel by Jim Pascoe and Heidi Arnhold. This is Cotton's The Secret of the Wind. So, the little adverts that you get on the front, like Wind in the Willows and Animal Farm together in one gorgeous graphic novel. Comparing it to Animal Farm is a good hint as to the level of brutality you can look forward to in this gorgeously illustrated graphic novel. The one I read first, for whatever reason, is this one on the back. A mesmerizing tale of wild rabbits with dark secrets. This remarkably beautiful graphic novel is perfect for readers who love warriors and Redwall. I couldn't put it down. Well, 2ET Sutherland, I kind of disagree with you. This is nothing like Redwall. Redwall had a very wholesome, fantasy-based storyline. This is a very dark, almost apocalyptic, borders on highly political. You could parallel this with a lot of political scenarios throughout history. This is nothing like Redwall. I would happily let my kids read anything by Brian Jacques, who's the guy who wrote Redwall. I would not let my kids read this until they were a little bit older. I don't know how old because I don't have kids, but definitely not young as this art. Like, if I saw this cover, I would consider getting this for a kid. I mean, I guess, yeah, big scary wolf thing, but look how pretty it is. It reminds me of there was a cartoon in like the late 80s, early 90s that had to do with it wasn't Peter Cotton, but it was animated, very similar to this style of art. And Heidi Arnhold does a fantastic job. So this is actually 3 books into one. I don't know if there's more. I would hope there is, because the story just kind of ends. Not happily, not sadly. It just ends with a whole lot of questions left over. So I believe there's more, but they don't specify. So I hope there's more, I guess you could say. What the story really is about, though, is about a young bun named Bridgebell. She lives with her aunt, who is very, very ill. So Bridgebell has to work in the factory to basically take care of her. So where they all live, though, is the Vale of Industry. Most of them actually fled the Vale of Industry from the Lavender Vale, which in its description really comes across as some sort of maybe Garden of Eden or a type of utopia of some sort. And due to a great big fire that killed a lot of people, they all had to flee, and they came to the Vale of Industry. Well, now they all have to work. The farmers farm massive amounts of carrots, and then the industry takes all those carrots and turns them into cha. And cha is like a refined carrot powder that they use to make thokchas and power. I think it like even powers electrical devices. Thokchas. This is one really cool thing about the book. It has all these information in the back. So this is basically the thokcha. This report would not be complete without a quick discussion of art. Thokchas are considered art. At some point, you learn that they figured out how to use them as weapons, and they play a lot of other vital roles. But essentially, they're just known as art. If you work in the industry, you can't do art. Artists are artists, workers are workers. Which sounds a lot like something else, and everybody's not happy, and not everybody's well fed, not everybody enjoys their life. Just throwing that out there. Anyway. The discovery of cha and the creation of the penny economy allowed for... Oh, yeah. So, when they make cha, they have a byproduct that they compress down into coins, which they call pennies. And that's basically their currency. So, the creation of the penny economy allowed for tremendous growth and advancement of the rabbit civilization on Lavender during the Tooth Age. A progress lasted for hundreds of years. Then cha was responsible for another grade of the technological leaps forward. So, they're basically hyper advanced because of this carrot powder they can make. In their same world, though, there's also foxes. There's also a few other types of animals, but the foxes play the other biggest role. to them, Cha is a extremely powerful narcotic. Our main foxes in this guy here being one of them, his name's Marrow. He just hates rabbits in general. But they all have some plan, and they all want the Cha factory. But anyway, the story starts off immediately with a bunch of rabbits running in terror from a fox. One in particular does not survive. It is a very brutal and harrowing scene that plays a heavy role throughout the entire story. But just look at this graphic detail on the faces, the emotion that she gets on there while keeping them actually looking like rabbits. One thing she does to kind of make it easy to tell everyone apart is she gives them all very specific color combinations, or will give one a very distinct hair difference or something like that. Like Bridgebell has this little bloop, and she's one of the few that has this particular color pattern. Tom is a very lanky jackrabbit. The art is just absolutely beautiful. The writing is good. It's just a very, very dark, emotional story. It's good. I do hope there's more than just this book, though, because otherwise that would not be where I would want to leave it off on. But look at all this beautiful work. So in this, Bridgebell is haunted in her dreams by the fire that took the Lavender Valley. There was some bipedal creature with a flaming body that was like coming for her, and it's used as a story to basically scare young rabbits and keep them out of the woods. But we find out later in the story that it may or may not exist. Anyway, I don't want to get too much more into this because it's quite good. So I'll show you real quick though what it looks like when the foxes get all jacked up on Cha. Check that out. I'm willing to bet the artist had a lot of fun working on this, and she did an amazing job. And when I first started reading this, I was honestly a little bit worried that this is going to be some sort of propaganda for communism. Call me a Red Scare, but I was seriously worried. It is definitely not that. If anything, it teaches you that kind of stuff doesn't really work out well for you. Plus, the author appears to be a very heavily Christian man. So I find that wasn't his intentions at all. And I really do like all this, the little extra details they give us at the back of the book. They even explain the religion, how the machines work, stuff that wasn't explained in the story, which is kind of alluded to. It's very cool. So, the price on this was $20. I paid full price because I got it on my LCS. I would say, look for a soft cover, or maybe wait until the hardback's on sale if you're just a hardback kind of guy. The construction of the hardback is nice. It does not have the same cover as its slip, which I actually like. I think that gives us... Because look at this. This is fucking cool. I mean, do you really even want the slip cover when you got that awesomeness as the main cover? And then the maps they did. Just... The book is worth $20. Just because it's a nice, well-done, very good-looking book. Man, that is a cool cover. It even has... Yeah, there's got to be more to this. Anyway, I definitely recommend this. Not for your children. Maybe teens. Preteens even. I don't know. I read the Sword of Truth series when I was 11. That was pretty brutal. So, it is much more brutal than this. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hail Hydra, baby. Thank you.